Okay, I'm going to talk about, objections and rebuttals here just for a minute on how I say some of this stuff. And I'm just going to do it off the cuff based on what we got here. And we know that the main one is that we have a company we're happy with, and we went through that earlier. Nobody's happy with their agency. But there's going to be other ones that, and you guys will run into these if you haven't already. Um, and one of the ones is, we don't have delinquent accounts. We're a cash only business. And I'm going to say, yeah, and I know everybody wants to be a cash only business, and it's a great way to, it's something great to work towards, but everybody has statements they send out at the end of the month and phone calls you have to make on some of the accounts. Now, I mean, you have statements you send out, correct? Okay, that's what I thought. And so we're only there to help you on some of the ones that didn't pay when you sent those statements out. Okay, so it's great that you're cash only business. Not only that, we're talking about going back 5 years and picking up some of these accounts that never paid you in the past, and any accounts that are with another agency too. So there's a lot of money out there that still needs to be collected, and so I think it's very important that we do talk for 5 or 10 minutes. What's a good day, Tuesday or Wednesday for you? Okay, so that's one way to handle that. Another one is, of course, the email. Will you send me an email with your information? I'm really busy right now. And we can certainly do that, but we always talk for 5 or 10 minutes first. And that way we can find out what your exact needs are, and then we'll send you a follow-up email. We're not a one-size-fits-all company, so that's important to note. So it's really important that we meet for 5 or 10 minutes, and then we can send the email out. Now, if they insist on the email, then what I'm going to do is go down and qualify the appointment before I send the email out, or qualify to make sure they have a need. So I'm going to say, you know what, it sounds like, if they're really insistent on this, it sounds like you really, really have a need here. How many accounts you need help with, 100 or 50 or what? And if they say that, no, we've only got a couple maybe, then obviously you don't need an email or anything. Let me just give you our website, cadarm.org. And here's my cell phone, and you can give me a call if you find some more. Now, we go back 5 years, so it's important that you look through those accounts and then call me if you need help. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find out for sure they have a need. And if they have a big need, I may go ahead and email it. If they say, gosh, I've got hundreds of accounts and I just want an email first, then I'll send them one, and I can get everybody a template for the industry that you're talking to, an email template that you can send out, and then just tell them, okay, well, I'll send that email out, and I'll call you in a couple of days, and we can set a time then. Okay? So another one is, if they say, I'm not interested. Well, I like to say, are you using a collection agency now? And most of the time they'll say, well, yeah. Well, then you need some help, and it's worth 5 or 10 minutes to save 30 to 40% on your cost of collection. So what's a good day to meet? It sounds like you're just busy, so let's make sure that this is a priority, because I know you care about the office's money, right? Okay. Now, here's another one. We're doing it in-house. And I say, well, and I always lift them up. I bet, Cindy, that you're doing a great job. You sound like you're really good at what you do. And we're not going to try to do anything with the stuff you're doing in-house that you're doing successfully. We're only going to help you on the ones you're unable to collect. And everybody's got some of those, because you're not getting them all. Nobody gets them all, okay? And the ones that are refusing to pay you, I don't care how many letters and phone calls you make, you're not going to get them collected, even if you're the best collector out there, because they know you can't affect their credit, okay? And that's where we come in. You turn them over to us, and we get that money collected right away, because they realize their credit could be affected. So doing it in-house doesn't work. It works on the ones that want to pay. The ones that don't want to pay, it's never going to work. So keep that in mind, because your bill stays on the bottom of the stack of their bills they have every month that they look through until they come to us, and then it goes to the top of the stack, and then they start paying. So doing it in-house, once again, is great for the ones that are willing to pay, and you got to do that. But the ones that are unwilling to pay, as soon as you get the runaround, you need to send them over to us, because we do it for fees less than what it would cost you to work them yourself. So this is worth 5 or 10 minutes. What's a good day? Wednesday or Thursday? Then you're going to get, we're in a contract right now. Well, nobody's in a contract. You control your accounts. You can send them wherever you want to. Okay, that's your decision. Nobody owns your accounts but you. So, and I tell them, we set people up all the time that are in a contract with another company, and you can send them a couple of the ones you want to send them. But why I would say send them to us first, because our fees are lower than what it would cost you to work them yourself. And then on the few that maybe we aren't able to collect, you can still feed them a few of those too. Okay, so don't let the fact that you're in a contract keep you from getting more money collected and saving money. So we do need to talk. Wednesday or Thursday, what's better? Then they go, we don't need your help. We use a billing service. Okay, well, and that's, a lot of folks are using the billing service. Now, all that billing service does is just replace what you're doing internally. So they're working the accounts like you would if you were doing them internally. Okay, so that billing service is always going to provide a list for you at the end of every month with the ones that they couldn't get. And that list comes to you, and then you have the right to forward them to any collection agency you want. And you can forward them to us for fees less than 10%. Now, if they have a group that they work with, that they're partnering with, it's kind of a conflict of interest. So they're making a piece of the pie on that. And so you don't want to send them there for 30, 40, 50%. You want to get that list back, and you want to send them to us for fees lower than what it would cost you to work them yourself. And so we definitely need to talk here, because we're going to be that extension of your billing service on these accounts that are refusing to pay them, and for fees less than 10%. So what's a good day, Wednesday or Thursday? Then you're going to have, I don't have time right now, we're shorthanded. Well, at this time of the year, I'm going to tell them that we're in the best collection time of the year, and in different parts of the year, there's other good times too. But for right now, on this recording, we're in the best collection time of the year. So I know you're shorthanded, but we need to find a time to get together on this, because during the holiday season, everybody's stockpiling money for Christmas gifts. Okay. And you don't want to put this off, because they're going to go spend your money at the mall. We want them to pay you first. So this should be a #1 priority over everything else. So let's find a few minutes at lunchtime at the beginning of your day where we can talk, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. What day would work best for you? And there's going to be other times, guys, during the year when this, like there's the time after the first of the year where people are getting their refund checks. And we'll use that, if we're in January, towards the middle to the end of January, people are already sending in their tax returns so they can get the refund checks. We want to get that money in your hands before they go spend that. Okay. So there's always a reason to get around that. I don't have time right now. Okay. And it's the same thing with the don't have time this week kind of thing. There's another one that comes up sometimes. We simply don't allow them to use our service if they don't pay. And that's a good idea. I tell them that you do that, but there's always going to be a deficiency balance. You say, well, I'm not going to let them use our service. Well, they've already built up an amount that they owe you for several months, and you need somebody to go get that collected. And so we go do that. You'll hear that more from utility companies and things like that. All right. So there's other things that come into play. The doctor doesn't want to send anybody to collections. We don't want to offend anybody. And remember, I always tell them that we always start with a nice, friendly audit letter, medical audit letter. We never offend anyone. So you definitely need to send those accounts on over to us after we talk about this on Wednesday or Thursday. What's a good time to talk? And the information down at the bottom there is just, that's the information that you need to either put in your calendar, the CRM, or on the spreadsheet or something. You want to have that. Of course, a lot of that's already on there in the row, but the number of accounts and things you'll put in the notes section on there. So hopefully that answers your questions, and have a great day.